I was getting ready to do a demonstration of the flutes that I have, and I have my Léhart flute right here, and I also have this old Knockmeyer flute that's probably 120 years old. That I've been it's I need some extra tools to finish restoring it. But I did a crack repair, and I accidentally just put the Knockmeyer head on my Léhart flute, and you can see it doesn't quite fit. There's a gap right there, but I mean it just went right on there, so the head joint fits on it, and you can see there's my ugly crack repair. I just put the epoxy on it, and I let it. I'm more interested in playability, so there was a crack in the barrel. Um, but it actually sounds pretty nice. So here's on the Léhart body. Here's the Knockmeyer flute head. Got a nice hard low D or whatever it ends up being. So I need to work on that more because that actually sounds nice. So just for grins, here's the head I intended to put up back. Here's the Léhart head joint, which is what's supposed to be on this. It's a much tighter fit. Looks good. Anyway, so that one's really nice too. But also this one, this Knockmeyer is which those are like the common flutes that you find, for sale. There are a lot of you could buy them in Sears and Roebuck catalogs and stuff. So that to my knowledge, they varied in quality. Some of them actually were pretty good, and some of them were not very good at all. Didn't play very well, but you can see this cork you can see that it's worn out. This cork might be the original cork. But so I think that affects the tone and everything. So I need to spend some more time on this one, because this may actually be a really nicely playing Knockmeyer flute. But it's Knockmeyer is in the style of Meyer, I guess, who's a German maker, and at some point there were a lot of different manufacturers making flutes in the style of the Meyer flutes. So again, you find a lot of cheap ones on eBay, and so this was one that I picked up that needed repair. I got it pretty cheap, maybe like $60, and as a project flute. So at some point I'm gonna get back to it. It needs to be recorked, and if I ever get the keys on, it needs to be repatted. But let me go through some of my other flutes. So here's my other nice flute. This is my Carbony, and I really like the tone on this one. So it's not as loud as the as the Léhart. But it's got a very fine grained tone. I guess there's a character that I like to it. And also, the tone holes on these are, it's very difficult to see. Maybe you can see it that way. Nope. Kind of like that. The tone holes on the Carbony, it's hard to see, but they are smaller, smaller than the Léhart. So then I have my original flutes. I've got my Tipple flutes. So this is the very first flute that I got. It's an E flat with no lip plate, Doug Tipple flute. Just got the cork stopper, and then I have a D that has a lip plate. I've always had some trouble playing these in the upper octave. And then I also have this one. This is one I got from Critter Bear, and it's actually pretty cool. It's a PVC one, and he's done some neat like carving or burning into it, and has done some work on the edges, and it almost looks like a bone, like it's made of bone or something. And he sold these. Is very inexpensive. I think he's even got a synthetic, some sort of foam in here instead of a cork, which is kind of nice. The Tipples have a cork, and I'm assuming at some point the cork would need to be replaced. Although I haven't had to do it since 2012, so they've been going. But let me show you we'll do the Critter Bear. Take me a second to change over. So this one, I have some difficulty accessing the lower register notes in particular, and he is actively developing his designs. So these were some of the first prototype models, and the tuning sounds good, and it plays. It's got a very open tone, which I noticed is similar to what Doug Tipple had in his, and I think it's based off some of the. It's got the Fajardo Tipple wedge inside here to kind of give the head sort of a semi-conical bore to help with the tuning between the octaves, and it's, if you're looking for just a very inexpensive flute to get started working on your embouchure, I think this was fantastic value for the money. And as I played it, after you play it for a while, your embouchure starts to settle in, and you start to figure out how to get a little bit more power out of it. But it's not the most power. It's not you're not getting that hard, reedy Irish tone that you would get from some of the other conical bore flutes, but. Anyway, I suspect that you get more familiar with it, and you'll start getting a good solid tone out of it. I just haven't spent that much time with it, but I noticed the third or fourth time I picked it up, I was getting a much more powerful tone. But again, he is actively revising, modifying. He said he's made the embouchure cut here is a little bit large compared to some of the other flutes that I have. If you can see, it's very difficult to compare a black flute I can't even see where the embouchure hole is. You kind of see how much bigger that one is, but so he made the new embouchure cups a little bit smaller, and like I said, he's refining his design, so he's in the process. But so I'm excited about watching where he goes with these. And then in comparison, here's my Tipple flute, and that would be an easier comparison. Here's the embouchure cut on the Tipple versus the Critter Bear. I guess it's like Rev 1 or something, or Rev 0. So here's the Tipple. So you can see the tone on that is much more the dark, reedy tone that you get out of an Irish flute, or the conical bore flutes. But it's still a little bit more open than some of the others. And then this is my E flat. And you can hear how I have a little bit of trouble once I'm getting into the second octave. I find my Carbony and the Léhart much easier to access the second octave. But again, these are good flutes for getting you started developing your embouchure and figuring out how to flute. So here's the E flat. If I can play it. Sometimes it sounds good, and sometimes I just can't get it to work. We're having a bathroom break in the background. So, anyway, I hope you find that interesting. It's, like I said, this one's a lighter tone, a little bit of a lighter tone than my the one with the lip plate. But I've always liked the tone I got out of this. I just haven't. It's the second octave is difficult to access. So, anyway, hope you found that interesting.